on your way. 8 a.m. now in the day.
All right, it's 8:04 this morning on Richmond's Morning News, News Radio WRVA. My name is Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Voice of Virginia. WRVA news time is 8:04. Coming up in about a half hour from now, we'll sit down with Governor Jim Gilmore. We'll ask him about the impending government shutdown at Capitol Square. That's coming up this hour of the program. Breaking news coming across. Folks, I can't make this up. This is not AI generated. Here's the headline. Quote, White House UFC terror plot ringleader is a Mexican illegal immigrant, DHS confirms. Adam Alvarez is a DACA immigrant who allegedly used the name Shepard while organizing plans for the White House attack. That just coming across the wires. We'll have more on that as the story develops. But right now, we'll remind everybody that we're looking for your text messages. 655, 755, 855, and a 935. We turn the program over to you, and we take your telephone calls. The number, 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140 on the James River Air text line. All right, let's get to Richmond's morning news brief this morning. Get you up to date, everything you need to know. And again, if you don't wake up with us on Richmond's morning news, you're playing catch up the rest of the day. So here's everything that'll get you going to start this Thursday, June 18th, the year of our Lord 2026. Here we go. Number one, the Iran-U.S. memo has been signed. The big celebration and signatory of the MOU with J.D. Vance will take place in a few days. Here's the latest from Fox News.
Number one.
At the end of the G7 summit, President Trump confirmed Iran will get to sell oil and access a reconstruction fund, but only if they comply with the terms of the deal. The president said other countries will be able to invest in Iran's reconstruction.
They've had much more than $1 trillion worth of damage done. They got a long way. They'll be 15 to 20 years to rebuild.
The deal calls for an end to all fighting, including between Hezbollah in Lebanon and Israel. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Now, I'll just give you this, and I've had people ask me all morning long on the James River Air text line, Herrera, this is not a great deal. You heard Tim Kaine bad-mouthing the deal. I don't like the deal. I don't like the MOU. I don't like any of it. But I learned something negotiating. I said this in the 6 a.m. hour. The people you're going to listen to talk about this on the radio and TV, maybe they've negotiated their own deal for employment, but not many of them are business people that have actually negotiated big deals. I have, in my career, negotiated broadcasting deals where I represented the team or I represented the radio station, and we did a multi-million-dollar deal for rights. I learned this early on. I had a whole list of things I demanded from the radio station, and I wasn't going to give them anything. We get through the first negotiation, and I'm not giving you anything. I'm going to get what I want. We got done. Everybody left the room. Vice president of the radio company looked at me, goes, Rich, can we go for a walk? So we walked outside. We walked around the building. He goes, listen, here's the deal. If you just come in and everything you want is what you're going to get, we're never going to get a deal done. If I do the same to you, would you give me everything and get nothing? I said, no. And he goes, here's the deal. In order to have a negotiation and walk away from this, if you walk away feeling bad because you didn't get everything, and I walk away feeling bad because I didn't get everything, then it's a pretty fair deal. So what's your priority? What do you have to have? What do I have to have? And then we can work out the rest. I look at this deal. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But what's the one thing that is non-negotiable? Iran can't have a nuke. Iran cannot have a nuke. So everybody wants to compare this to the JCPOA. That had a sunset clause. After 15 years, they were able to get and develop a nuke. This one says never, ever, ever can you develop one or can you buy one? To me, that's the one thing you have to have. So if I have that in there, then it's negotiation that I can live with. The rest of it, I'm not happy, but your choice is this. Either you continue the bombing and you bomb them into oblivion and you blow up their infrastructure, their electrical grids, their bridges, and then you send in the Marines and completely conquer them, and then you'll get 100% of what you want in unconditional surrender. If not, again, the same people that are criticizing are the same ones that were voting to stop Donald Trump from fighting through the War Powers Act. Then you have to negotiate with them. So take your pick. Which would you like? You want to go ahead and get 100% of everything you want, then you continue the fighting and you escalate, or you find this off-ramp and you say, this is the one thing I have to have, This is the one thing that you have to have, and then we'll find a compromise in the middle. Choice is everybody else's. But again, I don't like it. Not what I want, but I understand where they're going. If you want an off-ramp to peace, this is where you go. If not, then you put the pedal to the metal and you re-engage and you wipe them out. Choice is yours. We'll talk with Jim Gilmore about that thought coming up here on the program. All right, story number 2. Can't believe it. Pending government shutdown. We can say it now. Coming for Virginia.
Number 2.
Oh, Virginia, we still have no budget. Everybody's yelling, but nobody will budget. Hampton Roads, Lucas says, tax them again. Data Center Diva says, not my rich friends. Amazon Don's got a plan in his hand, but nobody knows where the dollars will land. Down in Richmond.
All right, so down in Richmond, they had a couple hearings, and Louise Lucas says, all right, you won't let me tear up the MOU that said we gave a sales tax break to the data centers. Fine. Then I will find a new tax and a new piggy bank to raid, and now I want a piece of their generators. Meanwhile, the governor and the House said, we've done some really fine math, and we've got our calculators out and our spreadsheets, and we found money we didn't know we had. So again, what do they want to spend money on? K through 12 education. That's the big umbrella that nobody can argue with. But then underneath it, it's giving Obamacare subsidies to people that have their Obamacare subsidies taken away. And the big, beautiful bill that signed up for Obamacare for temporary Obamacare subsidies. During COVID, they ran out. They want to extend them. It's like giving your sister-in-law your Netflix password. If you ever change it, she demands it because she's entitled to it because she gave it to her once. She thinks she owns it for life. The other thing is we want to have a $200 million slush fund that we can use to push back against Donald Trump if he makes other changes in the federal budget. And we need $500 million so we can have wiggle room in the budget. That's what they're battling, and that's why we have this this looming government shutdown, because they're looking for another $1.5 billion. Forget the surplus that Glenn Young. I got to find out what happened to that surplus. Anyway, that's story number 2. Story number 3: the Scots outdrank Boston.
Number 3.
All right. Story number 3: World Cup. We're seeing lots of great stories. The Europeans are fascinated by ranch dressing. Yeah, that's why America's number 1, baby. We have ranch dressing. We've got rodeo, and we can eat steak 7 days a week. Now, I will give my mad props to Scotland. That's one of the places we're thinking about going next year on a Colette trip. I think we might just seal the deal. If you want to go to Scotland with me, I'll tell you when. The Scots drank all the beer in Boston. Period. Done. End of story. What a beautiful story. Come to America, enjoy it. The fact that they drank Boston dry makes me want to go to Scotland so much.
What kind of Scottish beer do they have?
I don't know.
I've never. I know Scotch. Scotch whiskey.
I know my buddy's going for the British Open. He's all excited to go. I'm going to go. I think we're going to go with Colette next year.
Oh, that'll be fun.
That'll be fun. I will see if I could drink all of their beer.
Well, you could take some cases of Sam Adams beer with you and probably sell it for pay off your trip.
I told you when I was in college, I did that with Corona because you couldn't get Corona out on the East Coast or the Midwest. So I would show up with like 6 packs of Corona. You would have thought I was a conquering hero.
Well, so you can take an extra suitcase just with Sam Adams, pumpkin lager or something.
Yeah, because you ever seen the Saturday Night Live Sam Adams pumpkin spice commercial?
Yeah.
I'm talking over here. Wicked awesome. Anyway, congratulations to them. All right, Father's Day is coming up. We've been asking, what's the best advice your father ever gave you? Because, again, your father, he was actually right, even though you didn't know it at the time.
Number 4.
I don't know what kind of swing set you guys had growing up, but my swing set sucked, right? Because my dad put it together for us, and every time we swung on it, one pole would come right out of the grass. Because your dad do such a crap job cementing it in. You'd actually swing on it, then see the swing set above you. You're like, what? Bees and wasps would always come out of that top tube.
Do you remember those put together?
Oh yeah, we had at least 2 of them in our backyard and over the years, and the thing was always coming out of the ground.
Oh, that's funny. We we had them, but we had the ones where the wasps and stuff would come out of it. That's great. But again, in all seriousness, we have tomorrow off, so I'm asking you today, what's the best advice your dad ever gave you? 833-804-1140 on the James River Air text line. And that's this morning's Richmond Morning News. All right, coming up on the program, we'll talk to Governor Jim Gilmore.
Pearson.
We'll talk to him about everything we're seeing at Capitol Square, the fight between the Democrats. It is an all-out civil war, according to Don Scott. What is going on within the Democratic caucus on the House and the Senate side? And where's the governor in all of this as well? We'll get Jim Gilmore's thoughts on that coming up here on Richmond's Morning News. It's 8:14 on News Radio WRVA. You're listening to Richmond's Morning News with me, Rich Herrera. Let's remind you that today's program is brought